Hi everyone, welcome to Mark's 900, I'm Mark, and today I'm going to go through a few of the problems I've been having with this Z900 just lately. Now it affects all these bikes, it affects lots of other Kawasaki's as well, and it might even affect your bike if it's another make. So stay tuned then, and I'll tell you what the problem is. So I pulled up at work the other day, and the red engine oil light came on, and it only came on when the engine was idling. Now the engine was warm, so it was idling, this oil warning light comes on. When I rev the engine, the light goes off. So I left the bike for a moment, came back to it, switched it back on, and this time I found that the oil warning light didn't work at all. So I guessed it was something to do with the sensor, and the bike's in warranty, so I rode it home anyway, rode it home really carefully, got it home, and did a bit of looking around on the forums, and it appears that this is a common problem with the Z900 and other Kawasaki's, and it kicks in at round about 5,000 miles usually if it's going to happen. Now this bike's done almost exactly 5,000 miles, I think it's something like 5,023, and sure enough I've got the problem. So let me explain what it is, because it's existed on this, it's existed on previous models of the Z900, and Kawasaki have never bothered to fix it. So let me show you what it is. Right then, the problem is actually with the oil pressure sensor, which is located at the bottom of the bike on the left hand side. So you've got this cover at the bottom of the bike. It's released with two bolts, one there, one there. They're hex bolts, and obviously they're two different sizes to make things more difficult. And then there's a little one of those sort of rubber things that just you pull it out like that. So under here, what you have just there, and I don't know if you can see it, but there is a rubber boot that's on top of the oil pressure sensor. Let me see if I can get a better angle on that. So that's it, just under there. Sorry if that's a bit difficult to see. Now that boot seems to have one job in life, which is to sit there and protect the electrical connection to the pressure sensor. But what actually happens is it collects water and there's nowhere for the water to go. So what you need to do is pick off the little rubber boot. You can pick it off, and then underneath there you'll find a load of rust and corrosion and water, and you just need to clean it all up, put it all back together, and it fixes the problem. So that's what did it for me. Got rid of the warning lights, and everything's working absolutely fine now. But what a pain. So there we go, that's the oil pressure sensor. Now it did lead me on to one other problem afterwards. So no sooner had I fixed that than I started the bike the next time, and I got a problem which I've had before, which is the engine management light started to come on. Now it's supposed to come on at that point, but when the engine starts it's supposed to go off. However, mine didn't go off, and it put the bike into a sort of limp mode. And once again, and because this is the second time it's happened, I've had to take it to Kawasaki and say what's the problem there, and they run it through all their diagnostics and they say there's just been a glitch with the throttle position indicating sensor, or something of that description. Anyway, it's the thing that tells the throttle to open slightly when you start the engine from cold, and what it does is it glitches just for a millisecond, and that causes all the lights to come on, and the only way to get those cleared off is to go to Kawasaki. Now Kawasaki actually charged £37.50 for that, because although it's under warranty, that only covers parts and labour, it doesn't cover diagnostics, would you believe? So every time that engine management light comes on, I have to fork out £37.50. Which means I've spent £70 so far on this bike, clearing down error messages for something that's not apparently a problem. However, if it goes wrong again, they're going to get the tank off, go into the engine and replace whatever needs to be replaced. Right, so the only other problem I've got going on at the moment is that the rear tyre has worn out as well, so it's got really slippy in the wet. But also, if you look at the wear indicator, it's down to its legal limit, so I've got to get a new back tyre on. But that's kind of wear and tear, and you expect that sort of stuff. Still a bit disappointed about the engine management light and the oil pressure light as well. So, but hopefully I'll fix one of them. The other one might come back, and I'll have to get Kawasaki to fix that. So there you go. That was just a quick update on the Z900, and I'll see you all again soon.